Well, the tie is still there. So let's talk about Green Arrow. And
Cool.
I'm bringing exactly the energy we need to talk about this fucking guy.
That's where we should start this. So
Right
we're
there.
talking about the Green Arrow. And I'm bringing exactly the energy we need.
Yeah, well, look, because it was either going to be low energy or me screaming, and I feel like you all deserve a break from that. So, okay, hello and welcome to Cape Corner, where I'm fucking sick. If you can't tell by my voice, I've got the flu. Do not worry, listeners. I did take a COVID test. I'm fine. So from there, it's like, okay, I don't have COVID. So it's either a cold or a flu. I'll tell you how I know I have flu. Colds don't ravage my stomach.
Oof.
And I was feeling that last night. So fun. I do have a little bit of news, I guess, so that we can purport to be a professional podcast for a couple minutes. It's not news. Hell, it may have even already come out by the time I recorded my last episode. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. Last episode was a video game episode, so fuck you. Kid Cudi is canon to the MCU. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's pretty fun.
I'm so hyped for Moon Knight. Like I knew a bit about him, right? Like, I knew more than the average person, let's put it that way. I knew that he had dissociative identity disorder. I knew that he was an agent of an Egyptian god. I knew bits and pieces there. I have seen the memes, right? Like the comic panel edits.
Yeah.
Where's my money, Dracula, you big fucking nerd?
My favorite is a panel that I don't think was edited. I think it's real.
Oh, is it the Spider-Man one? Because I was about to bring that up.
No, it's the Punisher one, where the Punisher says, "Hey, Mark, you still crazy?" And he goes, "Little bit. You still killing people?" And he goes, "Yeah, a little bit. How's your imaginary god?" And then Moon Knight says, "He's good. How's your dead family?" And I'm pretty sure that's real.
Oh, love it. God damn it! This makes me want to talk about Moon Knight, but we can't. So I'll just say, I'll just say that to wrap it up, there is a real unedited comic panel where it's just Moon Knight and Spider-Man's heads. Moon Knight is leaning in towards Spider-Man, like they're both facing forward. So he's like leaning in that like side, like I'm about to whisper to you way.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, because the situation around was like there was a bunch of superheroes and they were discussing some shit, and things started escalating. And Moon Knight just leans into Spider-Man and goes, "Wow, I picked a really bad time to zone out. What did I miss?" And Spider-Man's like, "Oh, Gamora's about to pick up her dad's trade or something." And Moon Knight's like, "I don't know any of these people. What does that mean?" And Spider-Man's like, "Just punch who I punch in a second."
Oh, I've seen that one. Just punch who I punch in a second. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm so excited for that. And you know what's funny? It took me a bit because I literally the first time I watched the trailer, I forgot news about casting that I had heard. And I was like, that guy looked kind of like Oscar Isaac.
Dude, I'm really excited for how they're planning to do their little dissociative identity thing. Like, there's one of the shots in the trailer where it looks like he's waking up in the middle of a situation where he's driving a truck and holding the gun and dragging someone behind the truck. And he's like, "How the fuck?"
That's maybe the scene that I'm looking most forward to, realizing you just killed someone and having no memory of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You created an ADHD word association just now when you mentioned Gamora. So I have to say that I've been playing the Guardians of the Galaxy video game, and that's a funny game, man. They record so much dialogue for it. The characters never stop talking, just constantly throughout the entire game.
I've
Um,
heard that that's both a good and bad thing.
oh,
'Cause,
to me, so far, it's just a good thing because they're
okay.
really funny. Um,
Because I know in some gameplay moments, sometimes especially when the music is bumping like the soundtrack is, you wanna hear the action in the music, but the game doesn't ever really do that.
yeah, and they don't like play the '80s pop songs like the entire game. It's like when something special happens, like there's a feature you can use to kind of hype up the Guardians, and if you do it right, this is my favorite thing about the game is that you get to choose like dialogue options for Star Lord, and sometimes it turns out to be a bad decision, sometimes it's a good one. And if you pick like the right wording at the right time, you can like hype up the Guardians, and then it starts playing one of the '80s pop songs, and you get like extra powers for a little while. It's kind of cool, but I don't know why I just thought of my favorite moment in this whole game so far. This is a part where we have Mantis joining us for a little bit, and I didn't know this about Mantis, that she can like see alternate timelines or see like possible futures. I didn't know that was one of her powers. I don't know if that's just for the game or the comics, but she's
I'm pretty
hilarious in the game because like a big like at some point they're at this like big cliff, and Rocket looks over and he goes, I don't like the look of this, and she goes, don't worry, there's only two timelines where you die from a great fall here, and this probably isn't one of them. So she's just always just unveiling weird details like that. Like a big rock falls over and they all get startled. And she says, believe it or not, there's a timeline where that gets Gamora. And she just says it like very flat.
It's great.
It's anyway. That's my tangent for the day.
Cool. Okay, we're gonna talk about the Emerald Archer, Green Arrow, and I I feel like I should also mention I don't dislike most iterations of Green Arrow. I only dislike his most famous iteration.
That's so sad to me. Because
Yeah.
it's like one of my favorite shows ever made.
Okay, counter argument. Guys like us don't get the girl, Barry.
Yeah, but he was wrong.
Yes, and that's the issue. He's always fucking wrong. He Hey, tell me, across the 8 seasons, what are some of his defining character traits? What are some
He's
of his
Batman.
motivations?
He's Batman.
What Well, sure, but I mean, even other than that, like, does he kill people?
Oh, see, that does get frustrating.
Or how about
That's
this?
murky.
Or how about this? Does he think it's better to do things alone?
So that's murky too. But
Yeah, that's my
that's him.
issue.
That's him
He's a
having character growth and then
no,
realizing he was wrong.
no, because he then realizes his wrong was wrong. The problem is that he's a different fucking character every season.
Yeah, to be fair, that's just the CW.
I know, and I'm fully aware it's the CW, but it is a CW show, and it still happens because of the CW. So
Yeah. But it also has my favorite Green Arrow moments ever.
that's again because it's the only live action Green Arrow thing.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, if another show was done on fucking HBO Max, sponsored by HBO Max, you that would have your favorite Arrow moments ever.
probably.
Like, and I should also say, again, so people think that I'm not a fucking Marvel shill soy boy cuck or whatever the fuck they try to call people these days for liking good movies. Like, I started watching Arrow. I was immediately invested. The first 2 seasons I adored. Third season, I was like, I don't think that was as good, but I still enjoyed it. And then season 4, I went, what the doing?
Yeah, see, I had like much more. Did you give up at that point, or did you
Yes.
keep going? Okay, yeah. See, so I watched 1 and 2, and I was like, this is the best show ever written. And then in season 3, I was like, okay, I was still pretty good. Yeah, it had a few flaws. They kind of went there with the soap opera shit more than they have in the previous 2 seasons. And in season 4, they went real hard with the soap opera shit and started doing magic. And I was like, okay, I'm not sure I'm feeling this,
It
but I'll
wasn't even
keep
the
watching.
magic. It wasn't even the magic that bothered me. It was like DC is a world with magic. Eventually, they got to bring that shit in.
Yeah.
Especially because this is the starting point of a multiple series universe. So
what bothered you about it?
Fucking the soap opera shit.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Oliver is like, hey, I literally like experienced of an alternate timeline where I told you that that I had a child and you left me. So in this one, I didn't tell you until we built up more trust, and now I'm telling you I have a child with another woman. He's in a wheelchair at this point. And she goes, "You should have told me." And it's like, no, clearly he shouldn't. That is the lesson that he learned from the alternate timeline where it was still you doing.
Yeah, that's my.
And then she's like, I don't like. I'm being an unreasonable bitch in multiple scenarios. I'm going to get up out of my wheelchair and shake off my cripple.
my hatred of what you just did is so powerful.
And I realize that like the actual in-story explanation is they put a fucking nanochip microchip or some shit in her spine. But it just happened to take right at that moment. Fuck you, CW.
Sheer rage. Yeah, that's always my biggest problem with the CW is that they have to write, and they do it to Iris a lot too. That they have to write the love interest as severely unreasonable in order to create the right amount of drama, which is something that Superman and Lois does flawlessly. The arguments that they have on Superman and Lois are like real arguments that a married couple in this scenario might actually have, and they never resolve to, wow,
Dude,
that guy's being a dick or she's being a bitch. It's like, no, this is like, wow, you are both right, and I don't know how you're gonna get through this. Is how those arguments always play out.
I'm so happy to hear that. I can't wait until their show's season 4 where they fuck it up. Hey,
highly recommend. It's on HBO Max. This podcast brought to you by HBO Max.
I'm just saying, like, CW has been showing a trend. They're okay with their love interest up until season 4, and you brought up Iris. I didn't mention it on the Flash episode because we had plenty to talk about there. But yeah, with Iris, she went through this arc where in season 1 I didn't like her. In season 2 she got a lot better. In season 3, by that point, because she was good for 2 seasons straight, I was like, I adore this woman. In season 4, I was like, okay, you're backsliding here. And by season 5, we hit a point where Barry has discovered that his daughter from the future has been working with Reverse Flash the entire time, and he does the sensible thing of not injuring her or anything, but just taking her back to the future. And Iris blows up on him and is like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. He's like, she's working with the man who killed my parents. And Iris is like, I don't care. And and she's like, oh, you got to make it all about you, Barry. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Iris? And then they have the nerve, the gall, the absolute cojones to fucking teach the little life lesson at the end of the episode and say that Iris was right and Barry was wrong. Fuck you, he wasn't.
They start doing that a lot on The Flash, and what's worse about The Flash is that in the seasons that they do that, where it's like, oh, and they did it again in season 8, by the way.
Great.
Except it was with Joe, and like Iris is actually with Barry, but then it's like Joe acts unreasonably, and then they're like, and then the show says, no, Joe was right, and Barry's a dummy, and but the big problem with The Flash is that they get into these loops where the same 2 or 3 characters will have the same argument like 12 times in 12 consecutive episodes.
Yep.
That gets annoying. Anyway, Arrow.
Sometimes, like, serious issues can't immediately be resolved, right? Like, sometimes ideological differences occur. Hell, one of my favorite Marvel movies is about an ideological difference that can't be resolved.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, if people have already made their stances known and they can't come to a common ground, they either don't keep having the same conversation or those conversations evolve with new talking points. It's not just the same fucking shit.
Yep.
What I'm saying is CW is a bunch of fucking loser nerds who need to get laid and go meet people and understand how humans actually function so that they can write them better.
Yeah, I have to just tell you what happened in season 8 because I'm so mad at it. I know this is a Green Arrow episode, but we're doing the Flash CW show now. Deal with it. But in season 8, we get the reverse flashback again because he's a living paradox. And something is going on with him where now he is dying. He is about to like dissolve into nothing or something. And
good.
Yeah, and Barry and Iris and someone else are all like, yeah, fuck you. And Joe is like, no, we can't let him die. That's not what you became a hero to do. And they're like, he fucking killed my mom, and then he fucked himself over, and now he's gonna die by his own actions. I don't have a problem with that. And Joe's like, no, I'm not part of this family if you let him die. It's too cruel.
Okay,
and they're
bye.
Like, all right, fine, we can save him. Fine, we can do it. We can save the Reverse Flash from his own self-imposed death.
Does Joe really forget that this man is a bot? Okay, Joe has PTSD with Gorilla Grodd, and that is all because of this man.
Like Joe, you had to adopt Barry after what the Reverse Flash did.
Yeah,
think this through, man.
And it's not even just his mom. Oh well, I guess Zoom was dead, but whatever. The fucking God, the amount of psychopath shit that this man has done to ruin their lives. And Joe's like, we got to save him. It's like, no, we just don't. Hell, no, fuck that. Even if we actively murdered him, that would be fine. Sometimes, what prison holds this man?
He's not supposed to exist.
He's an abomination.
He's literally not real.
Yeah. He wasn't born.
Yeah. So I don't. That was the most frustrating thing the Flash has ever done, and I was like, God damn, why'd you do that to Joe? Why'd you make Joe the punching bag where you had to throw your bullshit nonsense argument to create your soap opera drama? Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that to Joe.
That's ultimately, it does, in fact, tie back to Green Arrow, because that's my issue with those shows, because the line is real blurry between what you want to define as a character or what you want to define as CW writing. Because if you want to look at things with more than 2 brain cells to rub together, you would consider a character, despite being able to go through growth and development, to have some kind of internal consistency. like, I'm not saying that people who grow can't also regress, but the human brain works in certain ways. That growth and regression and regrowth works in certain ways and certain amounts of times and over a certain period of time, which we might not be psychologists, but we can sort of track, right? Because, like, again, we are humans and we've lived around humans and we know how humans work generally. So when you see someone going like 20 different directions, you're like, you're not a real person. That is not how a real person can function in the real world. And it's not Magic Man Damien Dark. It's not fucking Mirakuru powered Deathstroke. It's not uh fucking Rag and Bone Man or whatever he's called. It's it is the way Oliver Queen and company fucking act that make me go, this is an unrealistic world.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is that he's a serial killer, and then they do, uh, he's Batman. He's not going to kill anyone with his very sharp arrows. And then they go to, all right, but like maybe occasionally, if they're like real bad, he can kill them. And that's wacky to me.
Like, that's the thing. If I were a superhero, my morality scale would be optimistic, haha, but pragmatic. It would be, I will do my best to bring enemies in alive. But for the really bad ones, I will use my best judgment. Some people probably just gotta die. Like, if I was Batman, Joker would be dead. If I was Flash, Reverse Flash would definitely be fucking dead. Uh, like, the worst of the worst, who will clearly escape again, who will do some horrendous shit to seriously fuck up a lot of people. Like, you're not worth the effort to imprison.
Yeah, and that's kind of the point that they get the CW Green Arrow too,
But
where he'll kill if they're like real bad.
my thing is, okay, season 1, he was definitely a mass murderer.
Yeah.
He was even murdering, like, just businessmen.
Yeah, he's a serial killer in season 1.
And season 2, they're like, okay, we got to do hard stop on that. You know, that was wrong. We're going in a new direction. We're not going to kill. And it's like, okay, so because he's making this conscious choice, it's fine for it to be a 180 because it's a character thing. It's like, yeah, he wants this 180. He wants to do the opposite of what he was doing before. All right. And he holds true to that through season 3 to the point where his entire conflict with the League of Shadows and Ra's al Ghul is that he doesn't want to kill anymore, but they want him to kill again. And in season 4, he's even got all the trick arrows and stuff now to make it much easier to not kill people. And season 5 starts off with him murdering again. I'm like, well, then what the fuck was the point of even fighting with Ra's al Ghul?
Yeah.
Because if you were just going to go back to killing, then you didn't need to have a giant fucking war.
I really like season 5 overall. Partly because I think the story of Prometheus is interesting.
Okay.
Where'd they go from there?
Wait. So, I'm gonna fucking throw up. Not literally, but okay. Do me a favor. Please tell me that this isn't the same Prometheus from Batman.
Which Batman?
Batman, the comics.
Oh, I don't think it's the same guy. I think I think they've like redone the story of Prometheus.
But
they just
okay.
named him Prometheus for fun.
I'm gonna strangle someone. Look,
Because
Prometheus.
also they pulled a bait and switch. Because if I'm correct, the vigilante's real name is Adrian Chase, right? I think. Because Vigilante just showed up on Peacemaker, and he's Adrian Chase. And in season 5 of Arrow, they introduce the Vigilante, and we're like, oh, who's this mysterious new character? And then, like, 2 episodes later, they introduce District Attorney Adrian Chase. I was like, oh, okay. I see this coming. And then they did a big bait and switch. In this universe, Vigilante is someone else named Vincent Sobel. And then, surprise, Adrian Chase is still not who he said he was, but he's Prometheus, which is basically just evil Green Arrow.
God damn it! That's what I was trying to get out earlier. Is he just a dark mirror of Green Arrow? Because I have news.
In that case, yes, he's the same.
I have news for you about who fucking Prometheus is.
Yeah, he's evil Batman. I know that.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah, they do the deal where, like, Green Arrow killed his dad back when he was a serial killer, and they keep doing the thing where it's like, the consequences of Oliver's killing is catching up to him. And it's like, yeah, but he's still doing it. So why are we?
So we're just making more future consequences.
So that was pretty funny. And then we wrap up season 5, and now Oliver's got a son in season 6. And let's see, what was season 6?
Is it the same son from season 4?
Oh yeah, it's that he's now, like, the legal guardian of that kid in season 6. The mom died. And cool. Then in season 6 we deal with Keaton James, and then we deal with Richard Dragon, or Ricardo Diaz, I think.
Richard Dragon. Oh, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, he's just Ricardo Diaz in the show. I don't know if that's Richard Dragon in the comics or not, but they show Ricardo Diaz, and they keep calling him the Dragon, so it's probably meant to be.
I'm pretty sure his name is just Richard Dragon.
So I guess it's their stand-in for Richard Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, they do that shit a lot. And then they
have a man with the last name Dragon. Why not?
Yeah, and then full spoilers for the ending seasons of Arrow coming up here, which has been off the air for over 2 years, so I don't feel bad about it. They get to the end of season 6, and they did some real big deal where basically Ricardo Diaz has managed to create enough reasonable doubt for the public that there's now an FBI investigation into Oliver Queen as the Green Arrow. And then at some point, Oliver decides that like Dragon's empire is too big and he cannot take it down himself.
Hang on. Wait, I'm sorry. What season is this?
This is 6.
Because that's also fucking season 3.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm going to slit my fucking wrists.
And then he decides...
Oh, sorry. A content warning. Fucking self-harm, I guess.
Sorry, content warning. Oh, Lord. And then he winds up making a deal with the FBI, and he's like, all right, you help me take down the Dragon, and I'll go to prison for being the Green Arrow.
Sorry, just take down the Dragon. Sounds like a euphemism. Guys, I'm sick, so I'm not. Look, to I'm currently in my recliner with the blankie pulled up over me, and I'm just laying here like, ugh.
Well, the funny thing is, I am in bed with like 12 blankets because I don't have my heat on, and it's 25
Oh,
degrees outside. So I'm
you
just,
pussy! It's -13 for us.
damn.
Yeah, I
I would need a
feel
lot more blankets.
yeah. Well, we've also got our heat going, so I'm actually
Okay.
in like 60-degree room. It's fine.
But yeah, so the season 6 straight up ends with Oliver Queen telling the press that he's the Green Arrow and promptly going to prison. I was like, oh fuck, okay. Is that the end of the show?
Hey
But
man,
no, it's
fuck
not.
Roy. Fuck Roy. Like
Yeah,
who
really.
did that?
Yeah, you ruined Roy's life for 3 more years of being Green Arrow, and now you did what you were gonna do then anyway.
Oh my god. I'm still not over it because like Roy Harper is one of my favorite DC characters. I know I don't mention him a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
Young Justice did a lot to make me fall in love with that character, and I was very excited to see him in the beginning of season 2, and I was like, yes, I can't wait for Red Arrow or Arsenal or whatever they decide to make him. Ultimately, they made him Arsenal, fine, whatever. Um, and we got to see him as mostly a liability, transitioning into a sidekick for season 2, and we got to see him as an actual sidekick for part of season 3, and then he fucked off to save Oliver, and to hear that that was all for nothing, I hate everything.
So
Give me
then
just
we.
a second. I don't know if this is gonna cancel the call. Hang on.
Okay.
No fucking goddamn phone. Stop doing things I don't want you to do. Why? Stop. Mhm. Would it really fucking kill you to type the things I want you to type? I tried typing wrong and it was like wing. I was like delete wrong wing. I
Did
just
you did you mean dong?
my throat hurts now. Ugh. Fuck it. I'm leaving that in. Fuck you.
Type wrong. Did you mean penis?
I wish there was a clip so I could feel myself over it.
Oh Lord. All right. So, where was I? Season 7.
Yeah.
Season 7, we've got a pretty cool plot line of Oliver Queen in prison, like dealing with prison, and it's actually pretty cool. If you skip all of the other scenes that aren't Oliver Queen in prison, um, but you know, of course, they eventually figure out a thing where they're able to like appeal the whatever, and they get Oliver out of prison, and they do it legally. I can't remember what bullshit legal reason they came up with.
I was
But
gonna say, yeah, you know how easy it is to legally get a convicted mass murderer out of prison.
yeah, so they get him out of prison. I mean, he's
Well,
white,
I say
so
that, but I guess OJ is still walking free, so fuck me.
yeah, and Oliver's white, so he's got like an extra advantage on the prison system. Um,
True. God, I
so
love
they
America.
so they get Oliver out of prison, and then they did this whole big. Oh, they start doing flash forwards, which was kind of wild. So because they don't have the flashbacks anymore since the 5 years ago caught up to the timeline, and so now they do flash forwards like 20 years into the future, and we follow William, his son, who's now grown up and is like trying to figure out what's going on with like something bad's happening in Star City and whatever. And he eventually has to track down his sister. And then in the in the present, we find out Felicity's pregnant. It's like, oh, okay, I see how this is all lining up. And it's wild. The flash forwards wind up in this big convoluted mess of a story where they have to like try to figure out what's going on, and they blow up a big tower, and I can't remember why, but it was kind of cool. And in the present, the back half of season 7 is a mess. It's the back half of season 7. They also reveal that Oliver's got like another half sister that we've never heard of until now.
Sure.
Named Emiko Queen. I don't think her last name was ever legally Queen. She just started doing that. It was like Oliver's dad cheated on his mom like halfway across the globe or something, and so
let me guess, they treated that like it was a big deal, as if season 1 didn't reveal that his dad was into some horribly shady shit.
No, that I'll give them credit for. They were just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Dad cheated, and here you are. Welcome.
Okay.
They like, she's kind of antagonistic toward them because she like, I don't remember why she hates the dad, but I guess just for abandoning her, and so she wants. What?
You know why I would be antagonistic towards my half-brother Oliver?
You're having like an audio problem there. I can't hear you very well.
Oh, hello, test.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay, I was saying, you know why I would be antagonistic towards my half-brother Oliver Queen the first time I met him?
Mm-hmm.
Because from a civilian perspective, he came home from an island, took control of Queen Consolidated, opened a bar, then lost Queen Consolidated because he was a shit businessman. So one of our biggest money makers is just gone now.
Yeah.
Then he was implicated for being a mass murderer vigilante, but got off the hook. And then fucked around in the suburbs for a while. And then I don't even know what his like civilian story in seasons 4 or 5 was. But then it turns out he actually was a mass murderer vigilante.
Then he becomes the mayor. Right.
So I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you the first time I meet him?
So, but yeah, she's like antagonistic. I think she wants to like, I don't remember. She hates her dad because he abandoned her, and so she's like projecting that onto Oliver. She's like, hey, anyway, they do that whole thing. There's like a resolution to it, and then we get to season 8, my favorite season of Arrow. Right after a whole bunch of bad seasons of Arrow.
Hold up on that real quick, because I just want to say, would you say that most people who watch who watched this show were probably millennials, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Cool. I feel like CW trying to tackle a story about dealing with abandonment issues from your father is going to be especially egregious to that generation. We are the generation that all of our dads collectively left for a pack of cigarettes and didn't come back. Do you know that more millennials were raised by their grandparents than any other generation in history?
I did not know that, and that's fascinating.
I was raised by my grandparents. There you go. And I'm just like, CW does not have the fucking chops to tackle an issue like that in a way that's not going to piss people off.
I'm sure it did.
All right, we will talk about your favorite season of Green Arrow, which was only like 8 episodes or something.
Yeah.
Uh, After this ad break. Okay, that was our ad break, and maybe parts of my brain being clouded with the sickness. Uh, I did that same joke last week, and it wasn't even the right song. Um, are are opening other parts of my brain to be able to remember to do my fucking ad break. So that's nice.
All right, season 8 is the best season of Arrow because it's not really a season of Arrow.
Oh yeah, isn't he dead?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
But it's because season 8 is all crisis setup, which was pretty cool. Because basically season 7 ends with the Monitor shows up and is like, Oliver's gonna fucking die in the crisis, but he has to come with me right now, and we have to go get ready for it.
I do like how you opened with, um, "This is my favorite season of Arrow" because it's not like the TV show Arrow.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. And it is kind of a greatest hits. Like they did really good because episode 1 of season 8 like directly parallels the entire first season. Like they replicate exact shots from the pilot episode and the finale of the first season, but it's happening on Earth 2. Like he's gone to Earth 2 to get something for the Monitor, and he like accidentally plays out the entire first season of Arrow, but on Earth 2.
I'm okay. So it's pre-crisis. So it's wait. Did, no, what the fuck? Earth 2 was destroyed.
Not until this.
No. It was. It was destroyed in fucking season 2 or something.
No, that was a vibe. He was vibing the future. It hadn't happened yet.
No, I'm pretty sure they said that he was vibing parallel. Earth 2 did get destroyed, and that's why Jesse and Harry had to fucking like exit us out of there.
Nah, they didn't destroy Earth 2. It either came back or they reversed time or it was a vision of the future, but it was not destroyed.
I mean, whether it came back or whatever is one thing, but I could have sworn that it actually happened.
Because throughout season 3, they keep sending Harry and Jesse back and forth with Earth 2. Like they keep popping back over there, and then they pop up over here.
Maybe they fixed it. You know how you fix the destruction of a planet. But,
I'm pretty sure Vibe was just seeing the future.
But I could have sworn he saw it, and then somebody else confirmed, like, yeah, Earth 2 just died. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I don't think so. But anyway, Oliver goes to Earth 2, which is an Earth where he died, and his dad, I think, became the Green Arrow. And then his dad died.
I do remember that.
But so he goes back there. So from their perspective, he was like away from home for like 10 or 12 years instead of 5 years. And then he comes home, and it's like on this Earth, Malcolm Merlin is like totally fine, but Tommy Merlin is the Dark Archer. And so there's like a few things that are a little bit different, and he's gotta and he basically plays out the arc of season 1, which was kind of cool. And then he gets whatever he needed for the Monitor, and then Earth 2 gets wiped out by the Crisis antimatter wave. And it's like, oh shit, okay, so the Crisis is like starting now, and just most of the shows haven't noticed yet, which was kind of cool. And we kind of go through season 8, and we keep doing the flash forwards, and I was like, why are you still doing the flash forwards? You can't, like, the show's ending. Your flash forwards aren't going anywhere. And then
I see you haven't learned the art of the backdoor pilot.
Yes. Well, they straight up did a backdoor pilot that never got picked up, and it made me sad. But at some point the monitor's like, "You need help," and then he snaps his fingers and poof, William and Mia and all of their wonderful friends from the future are now in the present timeline. So Oliver gets to know his daughter.
Is that what that shit was about in Crisis? Because I didn't care enough to look it up.
Yeah, that was his daughter from the future.
Well,
And
I got that. I just was like, when the fuck did she show up? Whatever.
yeah, it was halfway through season 8. And then they did good because they go to Hong Kong and they do a big thing in Hong Kong. And then there's even like a Groundhog Day episode where they get stuck in a time loop. And I love time loops. If you make a time loop story, I automatically like that story.
I got news for you about Caleb City then. Have you
Oh,
seen
did he do it like just now?
No. It was his superhuman interview.
Oh yeah, that was good. I remember that one. That was
the interview.
He keeps doing it.
Yeah,
that was funny. High recommend, dear listener. Caleb City superhuman interview.
Yeah, or any of his videos really. The guy's fucking hilarious.
YouTube it. But yeah, we go through a whole bunch of really out there stories that like break all the molds, and it was pretty cool. And then we get to the Crisis, and we go into the Crisis, and then they did 2 more episodes after the Crisis, and I was like, how the fuck are you going to do 2 more episodes? Because Oliver fucking died twice in the Crisis.
Yeah, honestly, like it's wild to me because for me it's like if you had like a single 20-minute wrap-up episode, but to have 2 40-minute episodes.
Yep. So the first one is a straight up backdoor pilot. It's Mia, the daughter, goes back to the future, and then I was about to like sing the Back to the Future theme song, but I'm like too tired for that. And then yeah, that's close enough. And then dear God. And then they did some weird bullshit where like the 2 different Black Canaries that we have are now in the future with her, even though they're from the present. And it was like a little unclear why, and that was supposed to be like a mystery. They were like, I don't know how we got here, and we're gonna have to figure that out, aren't we? And then
are they both called Black Canary now?
I can't remember. One of them's probably technically still the Black Siren instead of the Black Canary, but I don't know.
Why not her be White Canary? I'm gonna snap my neck.
Because Sarah's the White Canary.
Wait, but what?
Over on Legends of Tomorrow.
What? Not Sarah? Are you saying both Laurels are alive again?
No, they've got Laurel from Earth 2, who's probably Black Siren, but maybe Black Canary.
I remember that.
And then in season 5 or 6, they introduced Dinah Drake, who's the Earth 1 Black Canary, and now both of them are on the show. And then both of them...
What do you mean the Earth 1? Laurel was the Earth 1.
Yeah, but she died, so now Dinah Drake is the Earth 1 Black Canary.
Who is this bitch? Who? What? And how dare you be like, oh yeah, she's Dinah. Like, fuck you.
I know. It was really fucking annoying.
Oh, my head hurts. Oh.
So both of the Black Canaries go to the future. And they're like, I don't know how I got here. What a mystery that we'll definitely solve over the course of season 1 of this show that we're advertising. And then they, and then at the very end, William gets like kidnapped. Like Mia gets knocked out and William gets kidnapped. And she's like, oh no, William's been kidnapped. I'm going to have to hunt down the people who did it over the course of season 1 of this show we're advertising. And the show was supposed to be called Green Arrow and the Canaries. And it did not get picked up. So we just have this hanging plot thread in like the year 2049 or whatever it is. And it's just like, yeah, William was kidnapped. We'll just see what happens with that. I don't know. Maybe something
Well,
happens. Maybe it won't.
it's a bunch of characters I don't give a shit about. So
Yeah, it was basically everyone you didn't care about got sent to the future and then opened a whole bunch of hanging plot threads, and then they didn't pick up the show.
yeah.
It was real wacky. So anyway, that's the second to last episode. The last episode is genuinely great, and you should probably watch it, but you have nowhere to watch it, so don't watch it, I guess, because you'd probably have to get Netflix to watch it unless you buy like the DVD, which I do have the season 8 DVD.
Or I pirate it. And
yeah.
you know what? Fuck it. I endorse pirating.
You know what?
Fuck.
You should pirate the 8th episode of not the 8th, the 10th episode of season 8.
We live in a capitalist nightmare, and the bourgeoisie are keeping us down, and we don't need supporting them. They've got the backing of billionaires, and I'm struggling to buy a fucking sandwich. So you know what? If I want to watch a goddamn TV show for free, I'm gonna watch it for fucking free.
So season 8's finale, the series finale,
Good way to sidestep that.
Is it's Oliver's funeral basically, and they bring back like so many characters that we haven't seen in a long time. Lots of cool interactions, and there's also some flashbacks to like an adventure that happened. It takes place during season 1, but it's like not one that we saw. It's like some in between story of Oliver and Diggle doing something in season 1, but it was just very cool. And it just kind of, the flashbacks felt like a return to form because you got that season 1 vibe, and then you've got
like Nicole.
Anyway, I got very emotional with the series finale of Arrow, and I quite liked season 8. And that's our CW rant for the day. Did we have any other versions of Green Arrow to talk about?
Yeah, let's talk about some good ones. Hey, you know who actually you should like, because you know CW Arrow, they try so hard to like do the melodrama and make you feel for the stuff this man's been through, but he's a fucking chode. So you don't, you know who you actually wind up feeling really fucking bad for? Young Justice's Green Arrow.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically season 2, when he's like, there's a scene right after they rescue the original Roy Harper, and they had just recently faked Artemis's death, and he's not aware of this, and so he's like, you know, everything that you went through for the past few years, this Roy losing his arm in 5 years of his life, and now Artemis is dead. All of you are poster children for the don't join up with Green Arrow Club.
Mm-hmm.
And
dude, that was heartbreaking.
He was going through it. Like he was essentially like believing that anyone who becomes associated with him, who becomes his sidekick, is doomed. Like, oh, it's so difficult. And then like season 3 hurts because it opens with Batman resigning from the League because Lex Luthor is now a UN member, and so he's stonewalling them, and they can't do the work that they need to do. So Batman's like, the League was originally formed because I needed to be able to more easily operate around the world without the law getting on my back. But now it's become an impediment to that, so I will just do better on my own. So he resigns. A bunch of others back his play. They form Batman Incorporated, and Ollie actually is one of the ones that's leaving, and Dinah is just like, and you didn't think to tell me about this? He's like, look, and she's like, gonna go, and I can't remember if they like broke up or whatever, but it was upsetting regardless.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a great arc.
yeah, because like I, and this isn't just me being a fucking Batman stan. I swear, I do generally agree with Batman's stance. Is that like you guys can have the publicity and the respect of the ignorant citizen or whatever, but at the end of the day, if you can't go save tsunami victims or if you can't go fight a villain, then you're not actually being superheroes. You're just super powered set dressing. So who gives a fuck if you can, make cool water whips or have Amazonian immortality or whatever? Because when fucking bank robber 37 is able to get away with it because Lex Luthor said I'm in charge and you're staying put, then you might as well leave the league. uh, uh, Another version of Green Arrow, which was short-lived, but was probably one of the highlights of the character. Is Dark Knight Returns.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that he's prominent in that for a moment.
Yeah, he fucking shoots Superman in the back with a kryptonite arrow with only one arm. I love the fact that he hangs upside down from a fire escape with his leg,
Yeah,
holds the actual bow with his arm, and pulls the string back with his teeth,
yeah,
and
dude's
still
insane.
makes the shot from sniper range against Superman, who even weakened from a nuclear blast can move fast enough that the human eye can't track it. So that's
That's pretty
great.
badass.
It is. It's like, yeah, do some shit like that, and I'll believe that this man was the world's greatest archer.
I also
Um,
love Justice League Unlimited Green Arrow.
yeah, he's pretty good. I do like how he was the intro to that because like the way Justice League ended, like all throughout the normal Justice League cartoon, it was the seven,
Yeah,
and they might meet other heroes and you know uh work with them from time to time, but they were never part of the league. And you you go through all of Justice League, and it ends with what the fuck was it called? Was it War of the Worlds? I don't think it was.
which
I
one?
the Thanagarians, the
Oh,
story arc.
that was Starcrossed.
Thank you. Why can't I? I always want to think it's War for some reason. Um, so Starcrossed happens, and they're down to 6, and so then you start Justice League Unlimited, and it opens with them trying to recruit Green Arrow, and you're like, oh, do they want Green Arrow to be the 7th? And then he gets up to the Watchtower, and there's like 100 of these motherfuckers, and you're like, oh, okay,
They've been busy.
yeah. They're just like, fuck it, everyone's in the league now. Which is really funny to me because the Justice League Unlimited opening focuses mainly on the 6, and you see others like flying in the background. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah, that's to represent alliances. Like, no, this is the Justice League.
yeah. There's like it's like every named character you've ever heard of, except the Bat Family.
Yeah, oh, God. Yeah, Nightwing is canon to that universe, and yet guess who wasn't on the fucking Justice League?
They
Oh,
brought in Supergirl, but they didn't bring in Batgirl, and that makes me sad.
Bruce Timm, what the fuck, man? Come on.
I don't think that. I think that was some sort of network thing. I don't. I think for some reason they weren't allowed to use the Bat Family for the Justice League, and I have no idea why.
Man, that's some bullshit. Oh, yeah,
But
and wasn't
seeing
that
how
that
weird Warner Bros is with the CW, I completely believe it.
wasn't that the Supergirl that was like some fucking analogous alien and not actually Kryptonian?
Yeah, she's from. I think in that reality, it's like she's from Argon instead of Krypton, and
Argo.
it was Argo.
Yeah, because Argo was a city in the normal universe for
Yeah, it's usually a
Krypton.
city on Krypton, so they made it a separate planet in this reality.
Right.
And
I remember you telling me about that during our Supergirl episode.
yeah,
Hey,
and like the
hey, listener.
explosion of Krypton like knocked it out of its orbit and everyone froze to death except Supergirl. Like her family put themselves in like cryogenic pods, and we see that like most of the pods were destroyed at some point by like ice formations and stuff. But hers is like the only one intact, so she's the last Argonite or Argonian. I don't know.
Hey, listener, go listen to the Supergirl episode if you want to hear more about that. We go in depth about multiple versions of Supergirl, and I talk about titties. I did, right? Because I feel like
I'm sure you did. I don't
I
even need
must,
to remember the actual content of the episode to be completely sure that we brought up Power Girl at some point, and you definitely talked about titties.
dude. I want a motorboat Power Girl.
I'm betting that sentence is in the Supergirl episode.
Probably. I'm pretty consistent. Even when I'm not sick, I'm just like, man. Well,
Power Girl, man.
you can pick me out at any like random point in my life, and there's a solid chance that I'm thinking about motorboating Power Girl or She-Hulk or someone.
And I'm pretty sure that I told this story during the Supergirl episode, but I'll tell it again now because it's really funny to me that apparently the reason Power Girl has such massive tits in the
Wasn't it a big fuck you to the censors or something?
yes, the censors were like, no, you can't draw them with big boobs, and the
And
artist
so
was
they
like,
made her
all
boobs
right,
bigger in every issue.
yeah, every issue he made them like just a tiny imperceptible amount bigger for like years, week after week after week. And then finally, like when they got just obnoxiously large, the censor was like, all right, stop that. He was like, all right, now I know the limit. Thanks.
Frog in boiling water.
Now I know the limit.
Yeah. Oh. Man, I wow. I was just actually going to say like we should just more like unashamedly have superheroes with just giant fucking knockers. Just acknowledge some of the issues with big knockers, but then I realized, wait, I guess Power Girl wouldn't have those issues because the
Because
main
she's
issue is
superhuman.
the strain it puts on your back. But her back can also lift a fucking mountain. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure like 50 pounds of titty.
So you're telling me that she should be able to have much larger boobs and that they should do
Yes.
it just to prove a point.
Yes. I want to be able to drown in her cleavage. Okay, let's move
Lord.
on.
Okay. Ollie.
Yeah. Is there any other like really cool versions of him that I like?
There was an animated short that was him saving a princess from the Dark Archer, and it was in an airport. And it's a really cool short, which is also available on HBO Max. This podcast brought to you by HBO Max.
Okay.
It's under the there's actually a really cool entry. If you go to HBO Max and go to the DC Hub, there's an entry called it's like Superman and Shazam versus Black Adam, but that's misleading because it's actually a collection of like 4 or 5 short animated stories that are each like 5 to 10 minutes long, and one of them is Green Arrow fights the Dark Archer in an airport, and it's pretty cool.
Okay. Okay, you ready for the question of the ages?
Oh yeah.
Hat or hood?
Ooh. Oh shit. No. Oh. Oh god. Okay. Let's ponder this.
For those of you who don't know, the classic look of Green, he wears a little lad hat with a feather in his cap. Uh, because he's Robin Hood, right? Like that was the thing,
Right.
right? So he wore the little Robin Hood hat. But in more modern iterations, including the fucking CW one, he uh he just has a hood. Um, I personally am Team Hood. Uh, it's not that I hate the hat. In fact, I find the hat kind of endearing. Um,
Yeah, I think the hood's cooler.
yeah,
It's just a cooler look. And
yeah,
it's a little. Actually, I don't know why I was going to say it's more unique. The hat is far more unique.
yeah,
Um,
definitely, 100%.
but but I really like the way the hood looks. Uh, so do you like it where it's like hood, but he's not wearing a mask, but the hood is like real shadowy, so you can't see his face?
No, fucking dumb.
My favorite, not my favorite, like my favorite as a joke, is that in season 1 of 2 of Arrow, he's just got grease paint over his eyes and the hood, and it's like it doesn't help.
Yeah, no, that was bad.
And then finally Barry Allen makes him a domino mask, basically, for him to wear under his hood, which is pretty cool.
Back in the days when Barry was more sensible than Oliver.
Man, Barry's introduction on Arrow was like my favorite episode of television.
It was fantastic, man. I loved that shit.
And I was the whole time I was like, "Oh my god, that's Barry fucking Allen. Are they going to do it? They're not going to do it, right? This show's pretty realistic. They're not going to do it." And then they fucking did it.
They ended up
I
with
was
him getting
freaking
hit
out.
with a fucking lightning bolt.
It was like one of those uh you know, where it's like Cap catching Mjolnir and you can't help but go like fuck yeah at the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was one of those. I like stood up and like screamed at my TV when that happened.
it's those moments that make me love superheroes, man. Like,
Yeah.
um, oh hey, it popped in my head. Here's a talking point about Green Arrow that we should bring up. Um, I actually kind of touched on it earlier without realizing it. Uh, you know what Green Arrow says?
Hmm.
Fuck capitalism. Because because DC's just two big billionaire guys who use gadgets, and one is like, yes, I will use capitalism as best as I can to help the needy of Gotham, and the
Yeah.
other one goes, fuck that, I was born into wealth and I didn't actually work for any of it, I'm going to be a communist. And
Yeah.
Green Arrow actually has a rivalry with Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, because Hal, first of all, is a cop, and also
And also
he's
a military dude.
pro-capitalist, and for what the fuck, like, you were a billionaire, why wouldn't you be? He's like, because I didn't earn this shit, I didn't work for it, there are people that are dying on the streets, and what, I just got the silver spoon in my mouth? This is bullshit, this is a fucked up system, we got to do something about this. Do you not care? And Green Lantern's like, but I'm benefiting. Fuck you.
Yep. I also love that they even acknowledged it in the animated universe. The what is it? Earth 12, I think, is what most people consider it to be. I think, but
What?
the like Justice League Unlimited and Batman the Animated Series, I think most people call that Earth 12. I don't know why I know that, but that sounds right.
I just call it DCAU, but okay.
But yeah, on the DCAU, that they even acknowledged it there, where it's like mostly more like story based and kind of like kid friendly, and they straight up acknowledge his political opinions on it, and I was like, good for them. That was cool. This is
Yeah.
the part where they're like arguing over whether or not the government is right to be afraid of the Justice League, and then at some point, they're saying, like, they say to the Green Arrow, "What? See, do you agree with them?" And he goes, "No, I mean, maybe, yeah, actually, you guys scare me." And then he says, "Look, I'm an old lefty. The government has to do for the people what they can't do for themselves, and there's nothing the government can do to protect them from you if they have to." And it was like, oh, that was a good line.
Love that. And the in my mouth. I I probably sound like a maniac in this episode. I don't care.
We always sound like maniacs.
But a particularly unwell one today.
I'm always cackling at everything. Like, I'm psychotic on this show.
But that's because I'm hilarious.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And handsome, ladies.
Ladies. I saw there's a stand-up comedian who has a bit where he says you can make any sentence creepier by adding the word ladies at the end of it. And he goes, "Help, I've fallen in a well." Ladies. Thanks for coming to my show, ladies. It's really funny. Anyway.
What was I going to say? What were we? Leftists.
Yeah, Green Arrow being an old lefty.
Oh yeah. I would actually like Green Arrow more than Batman these days if he was given as good treatment as Batman gets. Because, like, I'm not one of those that blindly goes, "Oh, Batman's a bad guy because he's a billionaire that beats up mentally ill people." It's like, no, he beats up mentally ill people who are going to mass murder.
Yes.
And after he's done making them mass murder,
you kind of fading out.
Help. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It just occasionally does it.
I mean, it's just the internet out here fucking sucks. Again, it's like -14 out. But I was like, Batman makes sure that they can't mass murder, and then once he's done with that, sends them to an asylum where they can supposedly like receive treatment that they need. And I also know that he is constantly spending his own money on like new facilities and shit that the city needs. Like, he is trying to tackle the issue of mental well-being in Gotham, but at the same time, he is often still acting as CEO of a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and
yeah,
I'm sure that company is going because it's still selling insulin for fucking $100 a pop or whatever. Like, that's the way corporations work, is that like, okay, the cost of this item is $5, so we'll sell it for $20, and we'll do that for the next 100 years. And so every single time someone pays $15 extra, not only do we gain $15, but they have $15 less to work with until there is no money left to circulate from the lower class, and they all just start fucking dying. And that's not an issue we will ever try to resolve.
Yep.
Because we will ride this economy until we break it, and then revolution forces us to have a new economy. So, Salute your flag, everyone. That's our country. I think that about does it for the episode. Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
Well, I linked this in the Discord, but I saw a big, just since you brought this up and we don't care about staying on topic. I saw a big Twitter argument about that Superman is okay. So let me start from the beginning.
Okay.
Superman and Lois season 2 is exploring the maybe Superman doesn't want to work with the military angle, and they had a really cool line where the guy who's now running whatever special division of the military this is was like, is basically like, I need your allegiance to America, and Superman's like, I can't give it to you because I gave it to the world a long time ago, and it was a really cool line. And a whole bunch of people, a lot of people, are commenting on that with CW's woke bullshit that Superman's criticizing the military and doesn't want to, I think it was because he saved, like, there was a North Korean submarine that was like sinking, and he went and saved them, and the military got mad at him for saving North Koreans in a nuclear submarine. And he's like, I'm Superman. I save people. That's the thing. They were in trouble. I don't really care about your reasons to want them dead. They were in trouble and I saved them. So they're all like, CW's woke bullshit with Superman being a globalist or whatever, and he hates America. And it's like, fuck all of you.
You know why globalists hate America is because America constantly draws a line in the sand.
Yeah, it's because Americans act like that.
Yeah, because when we are constantly like, if you care about lives in other countries, then you're anti-American, then people are obviously going to go, okay, I guess I'm anti-American. You're a bunch of assholes, America.
Yeah, I'm gonna read these 2 tweets. Because this is where it got annoying. I was like, this is such a dumb argument. So someone quote tweeted this article and rightly says, apparently most of the people commenting don't understand Superman. He's not an American soldier. He's for the whole world. This is something that's been tackled extensively in the comics. If you have a problem with it, I don't think you really get the character. Yeah. But then someone quote tweeted them, and this person actually has like a following, and I don't get it, is they replied to this by calling them a smooth brain and said Superman is a character to exemplify everything that is good about America, and he's synonymous with American culture. He's not a morally compromised figure that's ashamed of his own home country. And it's the dumbest thing, because I'm like, firstly, you're kind of wrong. He's not exclusively American, but also you're not even responding to what's going on. Like, it's sure, yeah, he likes America. I think he doesn't have like a problem with America, other than
acting shame in America.
Yeah, other than the like corrupt parts of it. But he's not like, America's a terrible place, I don't want to live here. He doesn't do that. He lives in a small rural town.
Hot take: America is a terrible place, and I don't want to live here.
Yeah, but Superman doesn't think that, and so it's really funny that people see Superman say, I don't know if I want to work for the military and like be faithfully loyal to you. It's like, and that registers to you as Superman hates America and thinks it's a terrible place. Like, look, no, he's just a hopeful guy who saves people. Just calm down.
If I can get on my political soapbox once again,
we love soapbox.
I should give this box a medal. We constantly talk about how, like, again, North Koreans or the Chinese or whatever are brainwashed from an early age to believe
Yeah,
all these horrible things.
I
But
see where this is
people,
going.
when people can't even recognize that the American idea of patriotism is give your support no matter what we do, you are failing to recognize that we brainwash our kids too.
Yeah,
The every
it's
time
fucking
someone,
weird to make children recite the national
I was
the
just about to say, every time we bitch about people not wanting to stand for the fucking Pledge of Allegiance, you are just further proving that what you care about is blind symbolism and not what those symbols are actually representing.
yeah.
Again, when you say, if you don't support everything the military and the government do, you're un-American, you are saying that you support things like the ski experiment.
Yeah.
Because that was sanctioned by our government and our military. And that is only one of many, many examples of this fucked up and bloody history that America has. I'm not saying you cannot love the best parts of our country and that you cannot love what our country could be. But every time you say, no, we are perfect as is, everything we do is great, and any criticism is bad, you are being just as much of a uh, fascistic hyper national as any North Korean is.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really funny to me that it says a lot to me that you can see Superman not even really criticize the military as an institution. All he says is, "Don't stop me from saving people." He's like, "I don't want to work for you
But
because
they're
you're gonna
not
tell me when I."
American,
It's like then
though.
you're gonna tell me when I can't save people, and they interpret that as woke
But they're
leftist bullshit.
they're not
What?
American. They don't bleed red, white, and blue. Yeehaw! Bling, 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 bling.
And also, like, the show is baked in like small town conservatism too. Like they've got, there's two characters who are, it's not like we discuss the politics of everyone on the show, but it's pretty clear these two people are probably conservative leaning, and they're not depicted as bad people. And like the military is, there's some strained relationships, but the military dudes are usually the good guys in season one, and it's just that Superman doesn't want to like pledge his allegiance to them in season two. And I'm like, how are you seeing this as woke bullshit? I hate it. I hate it. I'm sorry. Anytime anyone unironically complains about woke anything, you're a joke. It's
I
utterly
feel like
ridiculous.
the only reason these people even consider Superman an American icon is one, he was made in America, and again, I have news for you about characters like Black Panther, because they were also made in America, despite him being an African icon, and two, because comic writers wrongfully took how long did it take 90 years to change his saying from truth, justice, and the American way. Um,
Yeah, and the truth, justice, and the American way thing, I think, actually turned up like during and after World War II. Like right before World War II, he didn't have a catchphrase.
yeah,
Um,
and when I hear them being like, "Oh, but he's the iconography of the best parts of America," I'm like, "It's Captain America, you fuckwit.
yeah.
It's not Superman."
Um, yeah.
They literally have a word for Superman in German. So I don't want to fucking hear about how he's only American.
Yeah, and like, yeah, he is. It's like, yes, he's American. He likes America. He grew up in America. Great. Um, he's not faithfully loyal exclusively to America and its military. That should
Which
not
is
be
also
controversial.
which is also why The Dark Knight Returns is one of my least favorite interpretations of
Yeah,
Superman.
because that's not him.
No. Like we can talk all day about fucking injustice or whatever and all of these versions that spit in the face of the core character of Superman. But it's like, well, at least those are like alternate universe or, you know, depicted as Superman gone wrong. But Dark Knight Returns, it's just like, this is Superman, right? No, no, it's
Yeah,
fucking not.
it's
He's
one of
not
my
just some
favorite things.
jackass standing in the. This is the first panel he shows up. He's literally got an a button up white shirt buttoned halfway down to expose a massive V. And he's standing there and he's got his arm out and a fucking bald eagle is on his arm.
It's one of my favorite things about Man of Steel is when he like destroys the drone, and they're like, "You can't destroy our drones," and he's like, "Look, you're not gonna figure out where I live." And my favorite, it's one of my favorite moments in Man of Steel is when the military guy is like, you know, how do we know that you're not eventually going to turn against America? And he's like, I grew up in Kansas, man. I'm American. Don't like, you know, I'm not gonna like destroy the country, but if I'm gonna help you, it's on my terms. Like, I'm just helping people. You gotta leave me alone. I'm not a military dude.
For every good thing in that movie, there's always a bad thing to balance it out into making it a bleh for me.
Mm-hmm.
And a good example is that is a good scene. And then he flies away and they immediately undercut it with, he's hot. I'm the only soul boobs here. He's hot. Shut the fuck up.
And that's Star Sapphire who says that.
What?
Yeah, it's
Fuck
Carol.
off.
It's Carol Ferris.
God damn it.
It's
I'm gonna hang myself. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, we transitioned from Green Arrow to Superman spectacularly, so
yeah.
Anyway,
just like
yeah,
that,
Green
just like
Arrow's
that
a
Kryptonite
leftist.
Arrow did. Just like
Yeah.
that Kryptonite Arrow did.
Anyway, yeah, Green Arrow's a leftist and Superman is progressive, and you got to deal with it.
Yep. Well, welcome to comics, fuck boy. We're all progressive here. Fleshlights, deal with it.
Fuck.
When I'm sick, I just like, hey, you know how I normally don't have a whole lot of restraint.
You have no filter at all.
None. I think because like I sometimes like self-reflect, right? I'm like, I'm really well liked. Why?
Why? Why does anyone like me when I say this bullshit?
People tend to gravitate towards me a lot, and I'm like, I don't understand, man. Like, I'm kind of an asshole, but I
feel the same way, but with like my superhero obsession. I'm like, man, why does anyone like me? I only talk about one thing, and I say the same thing about it like all the time.
It's because superheroes are fucking rad.
That's true. That's fair enough.
Don't undercut yourself, man. You are very knowledgeable about really cool shit.
Yeah, cool.
But I just think it's because I think it's refreshing to some people because most neurotypical people have to do this do-si-do around the truth, right? Like they or I guess you guys, you're neurotypical, right?
Probably. I mean, intense ADHD does something, but
yeah, I don't know. I think ADHD is like on the lighter side of mental health stuff.
Yeah, I never consider myself to be like. I usually consider myself to be neurotypical, but with the caveat that ADHD fucks shit up occasionally.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I'm well aware. I also have ADHD. But yeah, like, oh god, did I make a podcast with 3 people with ADHD? What the fuck is wrong with me?
That's why it's so good.
Because we were just talking about our ADHD last episode.
Oh, nice.
But anyway, I think it's just that neurotypical people are like, okay, I really feel this way, but I gotta take into account how they'll feel. I gotta take into account my image. I'm gonna word things this way, and then that causes the other person to go, okay, I need to read between the lines. I gotta understand what the true meaning behind their words are, because you guys wind up programming yourselves to believe that no one can actually say what they really mean. And so you get used to this constant system of like encrypting and decoding like hidden messages within your fucking dialogue. And I'm just here like, I like Power Girls titties, and I think you all suck because you like this, and like they'll be like, oh my god, he's just saying it what he means like a fucking madman. And then they go, it is kind of nice that I don't have to like read between the lines with him though. So
yeah.
okay, you can join the Cape Corner Discord, and we'll put up polls sometimes. I actually put up a poll for this episode. The 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 results actually tied Green Arrow with Captain America, and I've been wanting to do a Captain America episode, but I didn't have the proper energy for it. I genuinely love Captain America in all versions except for one.
I cannot wait to get to that episode and find out which one.
It's the obvious one, don't worry. But and again, like, I like most versions of Green Arrow, but I knew most of our time was going to be around the fucking CW one. So I was like, yeah, my sick energy will be better directed towards that bitch boy.
Yeah, because you knew you could get me to just rant about the CW for a solid hour.
It's one of the few things.
It worked for the Flash.
It's one of the few things I can get you to be like, but this shit. You could also support the show at my Anchor page. It works just like a Patreon. Like, I could open a Patreon, but like, they've also apparently got some not so great business practices, so whatever. You can follow me at Cape Corner on Twitter. You can follow, and I guess if you want to follow my personal Twitter, sure, why not? I'm at Beyond Blue 13. You can follow Jordan's podcast at Fandom Optimists on Twitter, or you could follow him at Jordan Blueman. Right? No numbers.
Yep. No numbers. It's just Jordan Blueman everywhere that has usernames.
Well, Lottie fucking da for you.
Yeah, Fandom Optimist is currently stepping through Book of Boba Fett. This week will either be another Book of Boba Fett episode or the first 4 episodes of Peacemaker collectively. I haven't decided yet.
I do feel like I should apologize to you, by the way. I just, I don't know. For some reason, my brain's not been like, watch Boba Fett.
I know, I'm good.
Yeah.
Whenever I don't have a guest, I just do my little 15-minute personal thoughts episode and put that out.
I think that's everything. I did the ad. Share the episode with a friend, please. This should be a really easy episode to share. Come on, guys, you can do it. It's fucking. A lot of people have seen it. Like, I understand, like, if I'm talking about fucking Matter Eater Lad or whatever, you're not gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be easy to introduce my friends to this guy. But like, come on, man, this is the one.
They name dropped Matter Eater Lad in a recent episode of Peacemaker. It was really funny.
Did they really?
Yeah, at some point he's like, Peacemaker's talking about, last time I hung out with Matter Eater Lad, he ate Wendy's, and someone's like, he likes Wendy's. He goes, no, like, he ate the restaurant Wendy's. That's his thing. He like eats matter. That's his power.
Listens to my podcast. John, I know you're listening. I can't see you, but I know you're there. Yeah, that was a good fucking joke, right?
Yeah.
You're welcome. Bye.
Oh man, of all the ways to end a podcast.